And I'm hella young. They call me Zombie Ray.
In light of the big event that took place in boxing, we brought in the boxing cousin Complex.
Was good.
Now, Complex is going to give us his reaction to Dillian Whyte being knocked out in the 5th round. And naturally, because he's Complex, I just expect that everyone's going to have a reaction to his reaction. So I have no clue what this man is about to say. Complex, the floor is yours. What was your reaction to seeing Dillian Whyte being knocked out by Alexander Povetkin?
My boxing bruvs, we feasted on fish and chips this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Look, Dillian Whyte didn't get his title shot, but he sure as hell got a shot of vodka. Because Povetkin sent him to Mother Russia, sent him to hell with that uppercut. Look, it's jokes or whatever, but look, Dillian, I feel bad for him. Poor Dillian. I'm sure you guys did a whole poor Dillian, but poor Dillian. Poor Dillian. Dillian just... He's the biggest dude in the heavyweight division, talks the most, gets all this press, and still can't get a fair shake. Well, look, let me say this. All right, look. First off, the fight, incredible. I watched it. I caught it just as it started. Good fight. Dillian looked good. He started off looking good. I was impressed. His physique, he came in shape. I think he came in underweight from the last fight, so he looked like he's taking it seriously. Povetkin looked slow. Povetkin looked super slow. Like, I was like, whoa, Povetkin seems like he aged overnight. He was still landing some good shots. He was throwing body shots, but he looked slower. And I was like, all right, Dillian's going to get him out of here. And then, lo and behold, Dillian started knocking him down. 1 knockdown, 2 knockdowns. I was like, it's the beginning of the end. That uppercut, oh, my God. That's definitely KO of the year. It's got to be so far. I mean,
stop it.
With the amount of, look, how many fights?
Wait, Ned. Name me a better KO right now.
I'm saying that. Like, what's the
Deontay Wilder? Y'all keep forgetting how that man went out.
That was KO, bro. That was
He wasn't KO.
They called it TKO.
No, his corner through the towel, bro.
That's a corner stoppage. That's not even a TKO.
Yeah, that's not even a TKO.
All right, go ahead.
Anyways, for pure knockouts, that was a clean.
Zoom on mute, Ned.
That was a clean knockout. Pure clean knockout. You. It's like hard to see those like land such on the button. Povetkin, old dogs still got some tricks up their sleeves. You can't count them out. And this was a dangerous fight. I still credit Dillian Whyte, and I still think Dillian Whyte's a good fighter. And I think Dillian Whyte could probably beat him in a rematch. I still think Dillian Whyte's the superior fighter to Povetkin at this point in time. Sometimes the best fighter doesn't always win. So it is what it is. You take a loss, and I get it. That's fine. I don't think he should be ashamed or anything. It's heavyweight boxing. But I think this fight tells us a few stories. One is this. Fighters, when you have a chance at the heavyweight title, you have to take it. Or any title, but you have to take it, especially in the heavyweight division. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous of a sport for you to pass up on shots. Dillian Whyte has created this story of being, the #1 challenger for 1,000 days, which, albeit true, is not the full story because he's insinuating that he deserved a shot at the title. That's not how it works. You have to become a mandatory challenger. The organization provides you with a shot at another fighter, another ranked fighter. You two fight. Whoever wins that becomes a mandatory challenger. It doesn't matter your rankings. Dillian Whyte turned down multiple challenges for shots at mandatory challenger. He did. It's just the facts. He could have fought Luis Ortiz on multiple occasions, turned it down. He could have fought Kubrat Pulev, turned it down. He could have fought Dominic Breazeale, and he turned it down. He also could have fought AJ when AJ had the titles, and he turned it down. You can't make this storyline up. It's good for the media. It's good for your fans. They eat it up and whatever. But in reality, you're hurting yourself. Because if you don't take that shot, you don't know when you're going to get another shot. I don't know how old Dillian Whyte is. He's in his early 30s, or I don't know, 30, 31 maybe. But you only get so many years in this sport where you're at the top level. There's guys coming up behind you. So it's not like you can just be in this game for a long time. You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time. So, if you want to get a shot, at the title, you got to take it. All right. Dillian purposely said he was going after the WBC. and that's fine. I mean, he's on the same promoter as AJ, so I don't understand how, you know, if he wanted a shot, technically his promoter could have given it to him at any time. But he turned it down, and that's fine. But you can't then play the victim and play this role that, like, well, you know, I get this shot, you know, or like they're blocking me out from getting this shot. It's like you had a shot at the title. You don't have any leverage at this point. You know, he was going after Wilder, and there was this whole story that Wilder was ducking him. I was like, that's absurd. You can't make the claim that Wilder is ducking Dillian Whyte. When you want to take a look at it, Wilder's last 5 or 6 fights, there's no way that Dillian Whyte could have been in there unless Dillian Whyte had fought the mandatory shots and taken that shot to become challenger. So it is what it is.
So bro, you don't have the floor with your nonsense enough. So, like, for example, you're saying that there's no way that Wilder could have fought Dillian Whyte because he didn't fight for the mandatory, but he fought Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury didn't fight for the mandatory, right? So
that was a voluntary shot, yeah.
But so clearly, no, when he fought Tyson Fury in their first fight,
yeah,
Tyson Fury didn't fight for the mandatory status.
It was a voluntary, yeah.
So he could have fought Dillian.
That was a bigger, yeah, but Tyson Fury's a bigger fight. So why would he? Hold on. Why would he pass up Tyson Fury to fight Dillian Whyte?
Complex. Facts that everyone can attest to. I let you rock for a very long time uninterrupted.
I'm responding to you. I'm just responding.
But can you wait? I waited. There's a difference. I waited to respond to you.
It's gonna be one of those podcasts, isn't it? Let's go. Let's go.
I hope not. I think everyone can understand what I'm saying. You said there was no way he could fight Dillian at that time because Dillian never fought, right, the mandatories. And what I'm saying to you, that's incorrect because he fought Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury never fought the mandatories. So your statement that there's no way isn't correct. There is.
Okay, lawyer. Okay, lawyer. You got that. You caught me, lawyer. Good job.
Go ahead. That's all I'm saying.
Good job, lawyer. You caught me. All right. Anyways, back to the main. After we got that nonsense, so Wilder in his last 5 fights, he either fought mandatories or voluntary defenses. His voluntary defenses were 1, Tyson Fury, who is a tough fight. So it's not like Wilder's ducking Dillian Whyte for an easier fight. He fought Tyson Fury. Then 2 was Luis Ortiz, who gave Wilder a run for his money in the first fight. So, and Luis Ortiz, who also Dillian Whyte choose not to fight. So in any case, Wilder, he can't win. And this is the thing with Wilder haters I don't get. If Wilder fought Dillian Whyte instead of Tyson Fury, oh, he's ducking Tyson Fury. If he didn't give Luis Ortiz a rematch, oh, well, Luis Ortiz almost got him out of there the first fight. He won't give him another shot, or he's aging him out. It's like he can't win. So it's all nonsense anyways.
Time out. So, one, you here talking about Dillian and you're talking about Wilder, but let me just break something down to you. You're saying that Wilder can't win. And he took Tyson Fury, which is a tough fight. At the time when Wilder took Tyson Fury, I kept hearing how Tyson Fury wasn't going to win because he had to lose over 150 pounds in weight. He was coming off a 2.5-year layoff. I kept hearing how he was abusing his body, doing drugs. So, like, put it in proper context. When he fought Tyson Fury, he wasn't fighting a man who just slayed Vladimir Klitschko. He wasn't fighting an active guy. He was fighting a guy who was inactive for 2.5 years, came back to the sport, fought 2 tune-ups, and then fought Deontay Wilder. Had 3 fights in less than 6 months. Think about that. Deontay Wilder was Tyson Fury's 3rd fight in 6 months, bro. That's insane. People don't do that. The only time you ever see that is when it's a prospect coming up trying to pad their resume. That's how Tyson Fury treated Deontay Wilder. 3rd fight in 6 months after a 2.5-year layoff, which many people criticize Wilder because they're saying he fought a guy who was inactive, who was overweight, who was abusing his body, doing drugs, instead of fighting a Dillian Whyte who has been active, winning fights in a row by beating top contenders. So everything you say sounds sweet, but you omit certain details.
No, I omit certain details. That's rich coming from you. That's rich coming from you. But
I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying to rock with you on this, but Kate is right, bro. Like,
no, he's not. Tyson Fury is by far. Tyson Fury
pounds, bro. Like,
bro, that was a year before he actually fought Wilder. First off, hold on. This is it. This is what's crazy. And anytime Wilder trying to
Oh,
fight,
hold on.
the
I will
total
say
ring
this.
champion, and he's cherry picking, and then okay, fine. He fought him. Hold on. He fought him, and he got a draw. And most people think he lost, so he's lucky to get the draw, right? He wanted the rematch. He pushed for the rematch. So if Wilder's just trying to cherry pick, why would he push to fight the same guy who just almost beat him? The tough guy who beat Vladimir Klitschko, who's never lost.
You want the answer?
Why?
I'll give you the answer.
Twice. He dropped him twice in the first fight.
Thank you, G. He dropped him twice.
Yeah, but he almost lost. But what happened in the actual eventual rematch? He lost, right?
What happened in the rematch?
He could have avoided.
Like Wilder anticipated that reaction.
He could have swerved that fight. He could have swerved the rematch completely.
Bro,
He could have swerved the rematch completely. Stop it.
Okay, complex. Again, going into that rematch, no one thought Fury was going to knock out Deontay Wilder. Everyone was calling him pillow fist. Fury. It was so funny to everyone. Fury said he was going to knock out Deontay Wilder, and everyone laughed. And TMZ went up to Deontay Wilder and said, "Yeah, he said he's going to knock you out." Wilder said, "He knocked me out. I'll retire."
He did say
because that's how funny it was. And Tyson and Deontay Wilder has an interview, and I put it in one of the videos where he goes, Tyson Fury, he got pillows as fists. Yo, bro, listen, everything you're saying.
It doesn't matter.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah. Go on.
Took the rematch because he dropped Tyson Fury twice, right? And he felt like Tyson Fury couldn't punch. So for him, it was a guy he can knock down and a guy who couldn't knock him out. That's why he took the rematch. But he didn't bank on Tyson Fury coming in there weighing 20 pounds more than he did in the first fight. And he didn't bank on Tyson Fury standing there in front of him trying to knock him out.
And so that's fine.
It was different.
But that's fine. But he still challenged himself.
But for you to say he wanted the rematch because he's some great warrior is a spin job.
This guy almost beat him. This is why Wilder can't win. It's whatever. I mean, look, you look at it this way, I look at it that way. We've seen different things. It's whatever. I'm not going to go back and forth. At the end of the day, Tyson Fury has accomplished more than Dillian Whyte, so it was still a better fight. It doesn't matter. He accomplished more. He's a bigger name and a bigger fighter. It's a tougher challenge. So that's it. That's at the end of the day, it was a tougher fight to take Tyson Fury. Then on top of that, the second Luis Ortiz fight, if Dillian hadn't popped positive after the Rivas fight, he could have been in that Luis Ortiz fight. Or if he fought Luis Ortiz when he was supposed to and beaten him, if he thought he could, but maybe we see why he didn't after last night. If he had fought Luis Ortiz and beaten him, he would have been in place to fight. Because after Wilder beat Luis Ortiz won 3 fights. He tried to fight. They tried to make the fight Ortiz and Whyte. Whyte turned it down. He fought Chisora instead. And then he was to fight he fights Rivas. If he had beaten Luis Ortiz instead of rematching Chisora, rematching Chisora, but you beat Luis Ortiz, you would be in that spot. So it's your fault, Dillian Whyte. You had the shots in your hand. You failed the drug test. That's why you didn't get a shot. And now your title shot is gone for another year.
So my understanding of what happened with the Dillian Ortiz, which is stupid to me anyway. So like a lot of things you're saying really don't add up to $1. But here's the deal. I was told, and what I've seen and what I've read, Dillian was willing to fight Ortiz. He wanted it to take place in the UK where they would make more money, but they wanted Dillian Whyte to fight on an undercard in the US and make less money.
I can tell you that's incorrect.
No, listen, here's what I know. I'm not in the negotiating rooms, right? You only know what you read, I only know what I read. So here's what I know. I'm gonna go off of the sources I read because I know I read reliable sources, and you send me Mike Bloomberg articles that say that.
Bro, your articles.
You send me Mike Bloomberg.
I can send you actual ESPN articles.
Well, how about this? Can I say something?
I will go to the UK. Luis Ortiz said, I will fight you in the UK, no problem. So stop the shenanigans.
Yeah, I will say this. But Kaden, because I do remember the interview, and it's on YouTube, where Dillian said, I'm not going to fight Luis Ortiz because the man doesn't even speak English. So when I heard that, I knew what time it was. He wasn't going to fight Luis Ortiz regardless, bro. You know what I mean? So
okay.
He's old. He's whatever. He doesn't speak English, except he just lost to an old guy who doesn't speak English. So look, it's
Yo,
all nonsense.
the irony is
Politics.
crazy. I'm
It's
telling
all
you,
politics. It's all promoter BS.
That if that was an argument that you were making, I could see a parallel there. But that's not your argument. Your argument is that
You're telling me what my
if he would have fought Ortiz, then he would have been in a mandatory position, right? Or if he didn't pop positive, well, he didn't pop positive. That was a UCAD mistake. That was a UCAD error. That had nothing to do with Dillian Whyte. So for you sitting here trying to say like it was his own fault, I take issue with that. Now, if UCAD gives, and for starters, UCAD says he popped positive and information gets leaked out that wasn't supposed to happen, like that information that was supposed to be confidential gets leaked out to the public, then it sullies Dillian Whyte's name, and then the WBC gets a hold of it and uses that information when they shouldn't have, because they don't rely on UCAD anyway. They rely on VADA. So yes, that's what happened. They relied on information from UCAD over the test from VADA that Dillian Whyte cleared. So Dillian Whyte took a UCAD test and a VADA test around the same time. VADA test said Dillian Whyte was clean. WBC uses VADA, but instead they relied on the information that was leaked from UCAD to strip Dillian Whyte of his mandatory status. You know, which is similar to what they did to Povetkin when he was about to fight Deontay Wilder. And then they said Povetkin popped positive when he really didn't. Then Povetkin had to sue them and win $4.3 million. So you really like to use this pop positive stuff, but these guys really didn't pop positive. They were false positives, and these guys end up winning their appeals later.
Hey,
so stop saying it like it's their fault that the drug commission gave them false positives. That's what I'm saying.
Caden, can you do me a favor? Caden, do me a favor. Go to your knife, go to your kitchen, get the sharpest knife, and cut the bullshit. This is bullshit. Bro, first off, let's start with Povetkin. No, I can tell you, because I've actually looked into this, which is funny. So let's talk about Povetkin. First off, Povetkin and Wilder were supposed to fight. Povetkin's a mandatory challenger. Wilder is on his way to Russia when Povetkin pops positive. Yes. There was a $5 million bid. There was a $5 million bid that Povetkin's promoter won. And that was what's at stake. He didn't win $4.3 million. He was able to keep his money eventually, right? Because when he popped positive, that means you blew the fight. So that money goes to Deontay Wilder.
I'm able to keep my money. Is that not me winning?
Hold on. Hold on. He said he was able to win in court to say that it was a mistake or whatever. So it wasn't really his fault. But fine, if you want to give him that one. What happened when he was about to fight Stavern? Then he popped positive again? Oh, so it happens that Povetkin just keeps these mistakes just keep happening to him. Stavern was actually in Russia.
Povetkin,
oh, now you're not here to defend Povetkin. You're just saying what you know. Well, I'm giving you information, so sit back and listen, because this is obviously what you do, right? Povetkin popped positive again against Stavern. So I'm not here to hear sob stories. He popped positive twice, and there's a huge documentary that shows the whole state-sanctioned doping in Russia with athletes. So I'm not here to listen about Povetkin. Povetkin has popped positive multiple times. We don't even know if his gold medal was real. The amount of drugs that athletes were taking from Russia. Come on now. Yo, they check positive for all types of stuff. Get out of here. Then what's more with Dillian Whyte? You're responsible for, first off, Dillian Whyte's failed drug tests before. I think it was in kickboxing or MMA or something. He's failed drug tests before.
No, he failed a drug test in 2012, and he said he was taking Jack 3D, and the subject was
at the end of the day, you're responsible. You're a professional athlete. You're responsible for what goes in your body, right? Other fighters can test.
Oh, no, bro.
You're responsible.
Tagged in. I need to be tagged in. No, I need to be tagged in because you've been speaking a lot, and it's my turn.
Yeah, because when I start cooking you, now you got to jump in and stop.
Okay, then let him finish his point, though.
No, bro, let's not let him finish. G, stop.
Because that way,
respectfully, dog, he's been speaking a lot and uninterrupted. No one's been saying anything.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, let him finish that last point.
My time to speak, bro.
You can't just let him finish his last.
Nah, he's been talking enough. Thank you. Listen.
This is Caden versus Complex again.
No, it's not Caden. Yo, bro, it's Complex versus himself. I'm just a mirror that shows him.
Kaden,
He's saying he made a point. He made a point that he watched a documentary about people using athletes using PEDs in Russia, right? And so therefore he doesn't even know Povetkin's medal is real because the Russian athletes were using PEDs. To me, that's unfair to say, okay, you're a Russian, you're from Russia, and because Russian athletes are known for using PEDs, then you probably were using PEDs when you won your gold medal. So I know Marcelos Wilder is Deontay Wilder's brother. And Marcelos Wilder has popped positive for banned substances numerous times. And Shannon Cannon Briggs is on record saying Deontay Wilder is the dirtiest fighter in the game. So
Well,
Hold on. He didn't say Deontay Wilder's name.
He said Deontay Wilder. He said Deontay Wilder by omission. And by your boy. No, he said to a Deontay Wilder fan, your boy. And then when they said a follow-up that would indicate it was Deontay Wilder, he never denied it because he wanted it to be known.
Okay. We listen to Shannon the Cannon. Let's go, champ.
Here's my Shannon the Cannon is a publicly known for using PEDs. He doesn't hide it. Even when Gerald Big Baby Miller got pop positive, he was like, small thing. He'll be back. Let's go, champ. So he knows the PED users, right? And he says Deontay Wilder's a PED user. So because Marcelos Wilder has popped positive and he's Deontay Wilder's brother, I'm saying now Deontay Wilder is a PED user too. Just like you say, everyone from Russia who won a gold medal at that time is a PED user because his brother, not anyone, his brother, not just someone of the same nationality, but someone of the same bloodline who's testing positive and it competes in the same sport as tested positive. And Shannon Cannon Briggs, a PED user who knows other PED users, says Deontay Wilder's a PED user. Now I'm saying Deontay Wilder's a PED user. Based
that up real quick.
Before you respond, please acknowledge the logic within Caden's argument. He made a solid point. You're speculating and you're using your speculation based upon what happened in the Olympics that therefore Povetkin must have been on PEDs during the Olympics, this and the third, because you watched a documentary that never mentioned Povetkin in the documentary. He's making the same argument that, well, if Marcelos Wilder got caught, seeing that that's his brother, then based off of your logic, Deontay Wilder must also be on the juice. You see, like, how your argument is flawed?
No, it's not. No, because can I point it out? But let me respond if y'all give me a chance to respond. First off, the entire Russian athletes were omitted from, I believe, if it was in the 2012 or 2016 Olympic Games. There was not just documentaries, but multiple articles of state-sanctioned, scientists came out and said, I was part of this program and we doped all of our athletes in the Olympic Games. So this isn't just like some speculation theory. This was actual facts. The Olympic team was sanctioned, the entire country of Russia. So if he was part of the Olympic team, that's what I'm saying. And then not just that. Okay, fine. I'm saying he might have. I don't know. But on top of that, you tested positive afterwards multiple times. That's why your logic is flawed. Because you're saying Marcelos Wilder, first off, that's Deontay Wilder's brother. He's doing his own thing. You don't know what he was taking. You don't know what he's doing. That's not Wilder. Then two, Wilder's always been part of the clean fighter program under the WBC. Means he's continuously tested all the time, and he's never popped positive. So if there was at least a test or something that Wilder had, you can be like, okay, maybe. But that's complete nonsense to say that his brother, because his brother took it, maybe his third cousin tested positive too. Does that mean Deontay Wilder? No. When you're part of a state-sanctioned program, you're part of a state-sanctioned program.
Russian athletes that same benefit of the doubt?
No, because you're part of a program. You're part of a program where the scientist himself said, I gave the dope to the athletes. And then the Olympic Committee took the entire team out of the Olympics. It's completely different. And first off, Wilder,
hey, Complex, I just have a quick question. When was Povetkin in the Olympics, and when did they actually conduct the investigation? Just out of curiosity.
Povetkin won the gold at Athens in 2004.
2004. Didn't you say the investigation was what, 2012?
That's what he said.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's previous years. Oh, so you think they started?
How about this, fella?
No, G.
How about this? Hold on, but complex. Let's
G.
just agree to disagree. Can we continue on and get back to Dillian?
No, hold on. I don't want to agree and disagree just yet.
No.
Yo, hold on, wait. So,
Hold on. First off,
Marion Jones, Olympic track star, was like on Wheaties boxes, Nike deals, everything. She was smoking other women in track and field. She was on PEDs. So they bust her. They take away the medals because they bust her and she was cheating. They take away the medals, right? They adjust the history books. They haven't done that to Povetkin, right? So your argument holds no water in that aspect. But that would be like me taking Marion Jones, who cheated, and saying, now all American athletes are cheaters. All American track stars are cheaters.
You guys
all Americans are a bunch of cheaters because of that one person.
You guys can be purposely obtuse all you want, but this is a state program. You guys keep missing that fact. This is a state program. This isn't one person popping positive. They're talking about multiple athletes across every sport. Stop the shenanigans, guys. Look, whatever. Put Povetkin to the side. Because Povetkin not only, he forget the Olympics, right? I said he might have. I said we don't know. So speculation. But what we do know is that he failed 2 tests as a professional. And he missed every chance he could have fought for the belt. Then Dillian Whyte, you want to say, oh, well, you know, UCAD, whatever. First off, UCAD didn't clear him to the night before he fought Marius Vaught. So if it was just a mistake, why did they clear him like, hey, actually, my bad. It took 6 months for them to clear it, and the night before his fight. So he all of a sudden, so this drug, whatever, oh, he never did it. Bro, that's on you. That's on you, because you have that in your system.
No, hold on. You see, now you see what it is, G. Because he just rolls into lies, and you got to stop him at some point.
Rolls into lies.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
Hold on. UCAD contaminated this man's sample, bro. So UCAD was wrong with their positive. When they said they found a banned substance, they really didn't. So it doesn't matter when they cleared them because they was wrong from the start, man. Why do you keep bringing up, oh, they didn't clear him until the night before his fight? They should have vindicated him immediately. But what they did was delay that because they were the ones that were wrong.
And on top of that, complex, you didn't even need to bring that up. That had nothing to do with your argument anyways.
Hold on.
This is like information that, yo, man, you just get back to.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Y'all gotta respect some of what the boxing cousin's saying. You gotta respect the guy who knows Wilder's coroner, tax guy, and dance instructor, dog. Like, for real, yo, some of the stuff might be valid. Man. Respect to the boxing cousin.
Pardon us, Ned. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yo, Trip, please end this segment, yo. You know what I'm saying?
I was just sitting back, relaxing, man, because I thought that our cousin Complex was gonna come out here and defend Dillian. I thought he was gonna be like, yo.
He defended Wilder though.
Yeah, but that's why I thought that he was gonna defend Dillian. Because I knew he was thinking the same thing that I was thinking. Dillian's vest was too heavy. He's like, right. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And check out our podcast on all major streaming services. It's the Boxing Bros.
Maximum Violence.
Catch me creeping down the dark street. This is where me and the zombies meet. Guarantee we all gonna eat. It's Zombie Ray again with HD. I'm a zombie in the night, you better run from me. Zombie Ray in the house, you better run, homie. Brought a mask and some gloves with some thugs with me. I came to do damage, who wanna purge with me? Super Saiyan zombie, I'll be